Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Nittai Gauranga, Nittai Gauranga, Nittai Gauranga, Nittai Gauranga, Nittai Gauranga, Gaura Hare, Nittai Gauranga, Gaura Hare. Jai Sachinandana, Jai Sachinandana, Jai Sachinandana, Jai Sachinandana, Jai Sachinandana, Gaura Hare, Jai Sachinandana, Gaura Hare. Nityananda Ram, Jai Nityananda Ram, Nityananda Ram, Jai Nityananda Ram, Patita Pavana Nityananda Ram, Patita Pavana Nityananda Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada. Jaya Gaur Govinda Swami Guru Deva, Jaya Gaur Govinda Swami Guru Deva. Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Nittai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nittai Gaura Hari Bol. Nittai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nittai Gaura Hari Bol.
Nittai Gaur Premanande.
This is an early morning transcendental party going on down here. I wanted to participate in that. Hare Krishna. Welcome back, my friend.
I'm always here.
Hare
I
Krishna.
might be invisible.
How you feeling? I like your hat.
Thank you very much.
That's a cool hat.
Thank you.
It's a little colder today. And you're getting old now.
Not so old.
70, 80?
Yeah, I turned 70 in lockdown here.
70. You've been to 70 a long time?
Not really, no.
Now you're ready for sannyas?
Hey, give him time. He must
Vanaprastha sannyas?
Stop pushing.
You need more time?
I don't need to be pushed, yeah.
How about 80?
Yeah, something like that.
80? Okay. Very good. 80 is a good number. If you're going to live to 100, it gives you 20 more years.
20. That'll be good. Quite enough.
Are we ready? Good? Feeling good? Everyone's good? Yeah? All right. Our friend came back today. Peter, our friend came back. I didn't scare him from yesterday. I thought I scared him.
You were wrong. You know, this is beautiful. Definitely not scared.
He had the vaccine. I don't get any notification.
He is what?
He had the vaccine.
Vaccine. Acha, yes.
And he appreciated a lot the lecture of yesterday.
What is it? Well, you moved a little closer today, so that's a good sign. Many times my Gurudev, devotees would bring some devotees close to Maharaj, because they want them to get some mercy. So the devotee doesn't know what's going to happen. The Maharaj, the devotee is sitting right in front of Maharaj. Then they can't escape the mercy, Hey, what are you doing? Why are you doing? Why do you become real Das? Stop pretending that you're Das. Stop being Maya Das. Be Krishna Das. Then you don't expect that as coming. Somebody said, why don't you become real devotee, real Das? Instead of posing, pretending that you're Das. That will not help anybody. And Krishna, my Gurudev many times said, you cannot cheat Krishna. Whatever your desire is, whether you want Krishna, you want Maya, Krishna knows. We can say from the lips, oh yes, I want Krishna, I want to serve Krishna, but Krishna knows inside, what do you really want? You see, we may have material desires, we may have material attachments, definitely. In Tamagun, Rajagun, definitely material desires are there. But the question is, in spite of all of that, how much do we really want Krishna? We cannot pretend, no, I don't want anything material, I have no material desires, no material attachment. Krishna will not believe that. Because he knows if you're in Tamagun, Rajagun, of course you have material thoughts, of course you have material attachment, of course you have material desires. Krishna already knows that. He just wants us to be honest with ourselves and with him. Then the test is, okay, you have material desires, material attachments, material thoughts, material plans, but do you want that more than Krishna? Or do you want Krishna more than all of that? So if you say, Krishna, I'm so attached, I'm so weak, I'm so foolish, I'm so material desire, material attachment, bodily consciousness, bodily attachment, that's the sad but honest truth. You know that perfectly well, what is my condition. But in spite of all of that, still, somehow, some way, I want to surrender to you. And I want to be your real devotee, but I cannot overcome all of these things. It won't be possible for me to really surrender to you and serve you in a pleasing way Because I have all of this other nonsense is still there. So unless you purify my mind, my senses, and destroy all of this material desire, material attachment, it won't be possible for me to really surrender and serve you. This is honest. That's self-realization. That means we understand exactly what is our position. It just doesn't mean, oh, now, okay, you're Premi Bhakta, that's self-realization. Self-realization means the soul understands the predicament that it finds itself in. I have this body, I have this mind, I have these material desires, material attachments. It's haunting me, disturbing me. So it's always harassing, obstacle. Then I can't get rid of it. Even devotees, right, they say, I don't even want to get rid of it. So if we don't want to get rid of all of these sinful thoughts, material desires, material attachments, if we're not trying, Prabhupada said, chant, try to give up aparad. Maintaining material desires, material attachments, even after understanding all of the instructions on the chanting, this is nam aparad. So Prabhupada said, you have to chant, try to give up aparad. So devotee means, how do I purify and get rid of, get free from all of this material desire, material attachments? That's the work of devotee. That's why Prabhupada said you have to be serious. This is for serious people. Doesn't mean all the work is done. It just means that we realize my Gurudev said that if you realize, okay, my heart is so filthy, so much lust, so much material desire, material attachment, it's nasty. Even Jesus said, empty thyself and then I'll fill you. So devotee, one who's wise, one who's intelligent, will think that my heart is, I have heart disease, so much lust, so much greed, so much desire for material sense gratification, material attachment. How can I be a devotee? How can I become pure devotee with all of this thing in my heart and my mind? And it's causing us to suffer. Arjuna asked Krishna, what is it, Krishna, that's forcing a person to engage in sinful activities, even they know it's wrong, and even they know it's going to cause them suffering? And Krishna said, it is lust. What is it? It is lust only, Arjuna. All-devouring, sinful enemy of man. So one who is wise, one who's really want to be devotee, they'll think, I have a heart disease, and this lust is like a burning fire in the heart. Everybody's affected in this world by lust, more or less. It says all the way from Lord Brahma, all the way down to Indra Gopa, down to the ant. Everybody has this problem here. Otherwise, you don't have that problem, we wouldn't be here. But devotee, those who want to be devotee, they think, no, I must clean this up. I must get rid of this. I have such a heart disease. This lust is so much, too much. All this material desire, material attachments. This is a great impediment, obstacle. Prabhupada said your attachment to sex life, sex desire, gross and subtle, and money, these are great stumbling blocks and obstacles on the path of pure devotional service. And it's very difficult to get rid of all of these things because it's a very deep-rooted problem. And it's not one lifetime problem developed. Life after life, we're carrying these desires, these attachments, especially for this karma. And from this lust and greed comes so much anger, frustration, anger. So this lust, anger, greed for sense enjoyment, Krishna says this is the royal road to hell. So how can we be all fixed up on the royal road to hell and be saying that we're devotee? That we want to be devotee. We're acting like a demon. Right? Maintaining all material desires, material attachments, big false ego, so much pride. There's demoniac qualities. Krishna says your false ego and your demoniac qualities and all your sinful desires and attachments, you're not listening to me. You cannot hear me. You're lost. And you're getting more and more lost. So we can officially say we're devotees and we're part of religious institution and we may shake our beads around and say, yes, yes, I'm nicely situated, I'm senior devotee. I've been around since the dinosaurs. I'm so senior devotee. Pay obeisances. Pay obeisances. Don't you know who I am? I'm senior devotee. I'm Prabhupada disciple. Right? It's not devotee. It's a pretending, posing. So it's very unpalatable. It's not flattering information. If someone says you're acting like a demon, not like devotee, you're not on the road to purification and liberation, you're on the royal road to hell. Highway to hell. I'm on the highway to hell. The song is there, very famous song, and they're proud of it. Proud of it, yes. That's how insane. Right? Who can joyfully be singing, I'm on the highway to hell? Unless you're an insane person. I'm going to go burn in hell eternally. I'm on the highway to hell. It's insanity, isn't it? So it says you should be smart. You should be thoughtful, Prabhupada said. You should be intelligent, wise. If I keep going like this, I'm doomed. Absolutely doomed, forced to suffer. Life after life. So devotee will realize, wow, I'm not nicely situated. My work has not even begun, really. Because heart, mind, everything, all this filth and desires, material attachment, it's still there. So what have we really accomplished? What are we proud about? Because your body is in an institution for a few years, that's like why you're advanced devotee? Because you have some gray hair? That means you're a wise man? Right? Shukadev Goswami, he's a 16-year-old boy. Prahlad Maharaj, Dhruva Maharaj, Narada Muni, they're all small boys. But their knowledge, their realization, their purity, their position in the platform of self-realization is topmost. It says only Shudras measure advancement by how many years you're in. Like a military. They give you like some stripe on your sleeve. Every 4 years they give you some stripe. Some guys, they have like many stripes. So when some new man comes, they say, look at my stripes. Pay obeisances. So Shudras are measuring by how many years, right? How many times you hear in ISKCON or some religious institution? When did you join? And they say, oh, 5 years ago. Oh, that's good. I joined 6 years ago. Pay obeisances. I'm senior devotee. I'm your Shiksha Guru. Because I joined 1 year earlier. Right? This is a Shuddha calculation. Right? The Vaishya calculation, how much money you have? How much money is in your bank account? Then we'll see what kind of Vaishya are you. Right? That's how they measure. And then what's the Kshatriya? How many people you fought? How many people you killed? Huh? How strong are you? Right? And the Brahmana, how much self-realization? Of course, Vaishnava, that's even beyond Brahmana. Because their intelligence and their faith is coming from Krishna. Shiguru, Gauranga. That's even more than Brahmana. Vaishnava. So we're calling ourselves Vaishnava, but we're in the Tamagun. Mostly. Right? Vaishnava means Shuddha Sattva. Means transcendental even to Sattva Gun. So we may be aspiring how to become real Vaishnava, that's alright. But just to claim, oh, I joined a religious institution, I put on tilak, I'm chanting, I'm Vaishnava, pay obeisances. But still, material thoughts, demoniac qualities, pride, arrogance, conceit nature, so much lust, lusty desires, greedy, envious, jealous. Oh, he thinks he's great. How he got in that position? I'll just drag him down. That's enviousness, jealousy. So these are all, means we have a lot of work to do. A lot of work to do. A lot of purification to do. My Guru said when you joined ISKCON, you were very simple. You just said, I want to serve God. I want to serve Krishna. Right? First day you came, I want to surrender to God. I want to surrender to Krishna. But then my Guru said, well, what happened? What happened to your simple desire? How you got so complicated? How you became so duplicitous, so crooked, so calculating? What happened to your simplicity? Because of asat sangha. We're associating asat, we become asat. We associate with sat, pure devotee, we become pure devotee. So whatever we are, that's because of satsanga or asatsanga. That's all. Prabhupada said even you have material desires, especially in the beginning, everybody has some type of material desires, even for coming to devotional service like Dhruva Maharaj. But because of association with the Premi Bhakta, pure Bhakta, then he also became pure devotee. So whatever gross, subtle desire you have, you come to pure devotional service, you hear in the process of pure devotional service, you become pure devotee. If you associate with sadhus and saints, and godly people, you'll become like that. Just like Narad Muni in previous lifetime, he somehow, his mother, maidservant, doesn't know who is his father, very poor. But because they served the sadhus, Vaishnavas, Mahabhagavatas, in a nice way, in a humble way, servant mood, then they took mercy, compassion on the mother, on Narada and his mother, let them take remnants, prasad, mahaprasad, and then also hearing this katha, Hari Katha, Krishna-katha. And by that association, that hearing process and taking that remnants of mahaprasad, then he became pure devotee. Premi Bhakta. Then next life became Narada Muni. Narada Muni said, this is how I became like this. This is how I got this position. Because somehow I served some exalted Mahabhagatas, Premi Bhaktas, sadhus, and they purified me, and they blessed me, and then they taught me. Therefore, by their mercy, then I got some success in my spiritual life. This is, Prabhupada said, this is secret of success in spiritual life for those who are serious person. So we can read verse today from Srimad Bhagavatam. We'll back everything up. What are we saying? Prabhupada's books, teachings are like a law book. You cannot just say, you have to back it up. Guru Sadhu Shastra. So Srimad Bhagavatam is Krishna, incarnation of Krishna. Krishna coming in Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam is non-different from Krishna. It only talks about Shuddha Bhakti. Nothing else. No mixed, not even mixed bhakti. No karma, no jnana, no yoga. Only Shuddha Bhakti. That's Srimad Bhagavatam. And the essence, Srila Vyasadeva. You're giving the essence of all of the teachings that are discussed about Vedanta Sutra, about bhakti, pure bhakti. So Srimad Bhagavatam is the essence, topmost cream of all of the Vedic literature. So every word is coming from Krishna, is not different from Krishna, and every word is meant for every soul. It says the Bhagavatam, it doesn't look at anybody's face. Not presenting one thing to one person, other thing to the other person. That knowledge, absolute knowledge, perfect knowledge from Krishna, non-different from Krishna, that knowledge, every word is meant for our soul. How other people are hearing or taking it, that's not my business. That's not our business. How is that truth spoken of by and about Krishna? How does that absolute truth affect me? How does that purify me? How does that educate me? How does that qualify me? That is the point of Srimad Bhagavatam. We need mercy from the Srimad Bhagavatam to get all of those benefits and effects. If we're just sitting there passively, I know one devotee, he was listening in class in Bhubaneswar, and he really doesn't like me at all. And he telling me, everybody. So I said, okay, no problem. Material world is like that. Not everybody's going to like you. Some people may not like you, some people may not like you. I said, but if you don't like me and you don't have any faith, then what is the point of coming to the class? And he said, well, because Prabhupada said you have to come to the class. But if you're there and you think this person can't tell me anything that I don't already know, then my Gurudev said, then that means you just have so much pride. Chanakya Pandit says, if you're really intelligent, you'll take gold even from most filthy place. So if we are seekers of the truth, wherever we hear the truth from anybody, we should say, yes, that is the truth. That has a ring of truth. That's a meaningful statement or instruction. that that person just spoke. Can even be a materialistic person. And someone comes up and says, okay, sir, please be more patient. Be more tolerant. Be civilized human being. Be a gentleman. Is that not true? Is that not absolutely true? Shouldn't we be like that? So even some ordinary person can say like that. Devotee will say, oh, Krishna, he's reminding me. Even sometimes slapping me. What are you doing? What are you thinking? Why are you behaving like this? Isn't it? So what to speak of Guru, Sadhu Guru, Vaishnavas, devotees? They're trying to help us. Prabhupada said, you're taking a big risk when you're preaching and you're approaching everybody's false ego and you're challenging them, confronting them, and Maya's putting exactly always opposite thing into their head, and they're misunderstanding every other thing, and their pride, they're taking great, what is it, umbrance? Right? They're taking great, like, I feel insulted. You know, I feel like disrespected. Right? You're disrespecting me. I don't like how you're talking to me. I don't like, this is making me feel uncomfortable, disturbed. Doesn't matter. Prabhupada said that the absolute truth, sometimes it's unpalatable. To conditioned soul who has false ego and the pride, it's unpalatable. It's not flattering. And those who speak in a flattering way to you, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur said, they're not really your friend. They're just like Indian politics, flattering, oh, you're very nice, oh, yes. Right? Oh, well, I take the dust off the floor in front of you and put on my... It's all nonsense. It's like a big drama. Isn't it? It's so flattering. Oh, no. And then in India, right, they say, no. No, don't do like that. Don't do like that. But inside, we're like, yes, do like that. Because I'm something special. I'm something great. Right? This is pride. And pride, it means demoniac qualities. Devotee, Vaishnava is humble. They feel themselves lowest of the low. And not just saying, no, I'm the lowest of the low, and then inside, I'm the greatest of the great. Right? They feel themselves, no, I've not done my work properly. I still have a lot of work to do. How to become really gentlemen. A Sattva Gun platform. What to speak of Shuddha Sattva platform? So this is not easy to go through this purification of Tamagun and Rajagun and give up all of the material desires, material attachments, bodily attachments, bodily relations. We were discussing yesterday in Srimad Bhagavatam about hearing from Sadhu Guru Vaishnava. That katha will cut your family affection, your bodily family relations, Maya family, not Krishna family, Maya's family. So this is for devotee, they understand it. For other people who are attached and who don't even want to think about giving all of that up, then they're not serious people. Having material desires, material attachments, sinful desires, sinful activities, Krishna says you cannot go back to Godhead with all of this nonsense. So devotee means, how do I clean it up? At least we said, okay, I'm like this is not good. If I want to be devotee, this is really not good. I need help. Even devotees say, I don't even want to give these things up. I'm not even trying to give up all of these things. So for the Sadhu, Guru, Vaishnava to approach us, when you're saying boldly, I have no intention of giving up any of these things. Nobody can help you. Hare Krishna. So we can read a verse in Srimad Bhagavatam because it's talking yesterday about how to give up material attachments and this serving in the Maya's family. So what do you do with attachment then? Because you cannot kill attachment. So this is discussed in the Srimad Bhagavatam in 3rd canto, 25th chapter on devotional service. We can read this verse, continue our discussion. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki. So this is a continuation of our discussion from yesterday about hearing, doing sadhu sangha, hearing Hari-katha, krishna-katha, and the end result of that is that it cuts and frees us from these material bodily relations, affections. Because if that is not cut, it says all of this material attachment in the bodily relations, biological, family relation, this is the very cause of every other sinful material thing that you're thinking and doing is the root of that, is this bodily affection for our own bodily and extended bodily affection. This is the root cause of every other material thought or activity. Hare Krishna. I think our friend, he took too much heavy prasad today. Did he take prasadam?
Yes.
He did?
Yes.
Now he's old, he's tired, he ate pretty good, I think. You had a nice breakfast? We have to wake him up.
Where to wait?
Jeev Jago.
Yes.
You have to wake up. Yeah. Otherwise, if you're sleeping, you can't hear anything. So this Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd canto, 25th verse, or 25th chapter, verse 20, talking about the glories of devotional service. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Please repeat. Prasangam ajaram pasham atmana kavaya vidhu saeva sadhushu krita mokshadwaram apavritam Prasangam ajaram pasham Atmana kavayo vidhu Saeva sadhushu krito Moksha dwaram apavritam Prasangam attachment Ajaram, strong. Pasham, entanglement, atmana, of the soul, kavaya, learned man, vidhu, no, saeva, that same, sadhushu, to the devotees, krita, applied, moksha dwaram, the door of liberation, pavritam, open. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Every learned man knows that very well that attachment to the material is the greatest entanglement of the spirit soul. But that same attachment, when applied to the self-realized devotees of the Lord, opens the door of liberation. Please repeat. Every learned man knows, very well, that attachment for the material is the greatest entanglement of the spirit soul. But that same attachment, when applied to the self-realized devotees, opens the door of liberation. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Here it is clearly stated that attachment for one thing is the cause of bondage in the conditioned life. And the same attachment, when it is applied to something else, opens the door of liberation. Attachment cannot be killed. It has simply to be transferred. Attachment for material things is called material consciousness. And attachment for Krishna or his pure devotee, that is called Krishna consciousness. So consciousness, therefore, is the platform of attachment. If we are conscious, we are attached, either spiritually or materially. So consciousness, therefore, is the platform of attachment. And we cannot kill attachment. It simply has to be transferred. It is clearly stated here, Srila Prabhupada says, that when we simply purify the consciousness from material consciousness to Krishna consciousness, then we attain liberation. Despite the statement that one should give up attachment, desirelessness is not possible for a living entity. A living entity, by its constitution, has the propensity to be attached to something or to someone. We see that if someone has no object of attachment, if he has no children, then he transfers his attachment to cats and dogs. This indicates that the propensity for attachment, it cannot be stopped. It must be utilized for the best purpose. Our attachment for material things, that just perpetuates or continues our conditional state. But the same attachment, when transferred to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, or his devotee, that will be the source of your liberation. Here it is recommended that attachment should be transferred to the self-realized devotees, the sadhus. And who is a sadhu? A sadhu is not just an ordinary man with a saffron robe or a long beard. A sadhu is described in Bhagavad Gita as one who has unflinching faith and engages in devotional service. Even though one is found not to be following the strict rules and regulations of devotional service, if one simply has unflinching faith in Krishna, who is the Supreme Person, that unflinching faith means that is sadhu. He's understood to be sadhu. Sadhu eva samantavya. A sadhu is a strict follower of devotional service, and it is recommended here that if one at all wants to realize Brahman, or what is transcendental, or what is spiritual perfection, his attachment should be transferred to the sadhu, or pure devotee. Lord Chaitanya also recommends this, Labha matra sadhu sange sava siddhi hai, from Madhya Lila 22:54. Simply by a moment's association with the sadhu, one can attain perfection. Mahatma is a synonym of sadhu. It is said that service to Mahatma, or elevated pure devotee of the Lord, is dharam ahorva mukte. That service to such devotee is the royal road of liberation, not the highway to hell. So Mahat Sevam Dwaram Ahorva Muktes Tamo Dwaram Yoshitam Sangi Sangam. Rendering service to materialistic persons has opposite effect. So if we're attached to materialistic people and serving materialistic persons, Prabhupada says if anyone offers such service to gross materialist, or a person engaged only in sense enjoyment, then by that association with such a person, the door to hell is open. So the same principle is confirmed here. Attachment to a pure devotee is attachment to the service of the Lord. So if we're not attached to pure devotee, you cannot say you're attached to service of the Lord. Because if one associates with the sadhu, the result will be that that sadhu will teach him how to become a devotee, a worshipper, and a sincere servitor of the Lord. These are the gifts of such sadhu. If we want to associate with the sadhu, we cannot expect him to give us instructions on how to improve our material condition. But he will give us instructions on how to cut the knot of the contamination of material attraction and material affections, and how to elevate ourselves in devotional service. That is the result of associating with the sadhu. Kapila Muni, first of all, he instructs that the path of liberation, it begins with such association. And of course, association means hearing from him. Om Jnana Tamaranda Shah Gananjana Shalakaya Chakshamitam Jana Tasmai Shri Guru Deva Namaha. Srila Prabhupada ki, Srila Gurudev ki. Translation again. Every learned man knows very well that attachment for the material is the greatest entanglement of the spirit soul. But that same attachment, when it is applied to the self-realized devotees, opens the door of liberation. So if we are learned enough, intelligent enough, we can understand that holding on to material desires and material attachments, sinful desires, leads to sinful activities, is the root cause of our suffering condition, uncontrolled mind and senses. This is the root of the problem. So intelligent person will understand this point, that this uncontrolled mind and senses, Krishna says, you're living with your greatest enemy, that is just making you think and engage in sinful activities, well, you have to suffer. So intelligent person, Krishna says, they'll know that this sense enjoyment and sinful activities, it has a beginning and it has an end. So they're not interested to engage in those activities. So at least we should be intelligent enough to know this is not good. This must be given up. But how to do it? So we cannot kill attachment. We are going to be attached. If you're conscious, you're going to be attached. Now the question is it going to be to Maya, to materialism, or is it going to be to Krishna and Krishna's devotees in spiritualism? Do you want materialism or spiritualism? Do we want to serve Krishna or you want to serve Maya? You want to be attached to Maya, Maya's family, or we want to be attached to Krishna and Krishna's family? This is the only question going on here. So one who's wise will understand attachment for the material. It will just contaminate and entangle one into this karma bandhana, into the cycle of birth and death. And that attachment just simply has to be transferred to self-realized devotee. So if we say, okay, I accept that material attachment is not good. It's the source of my disappointment, frustration, and suffering condition. But it's being recommended here that sense attachment cannot be killed, that it has to be transferred to self-realized devotees, sadhus, pure devotees. But now, if you're conditioned soul and you have tamagun, rajagun, covered consciousness, not purified intelligence, how you can understand who is self-realized devotee, who is pure devotee, who is sadhu? This is a big problem. Many times my Gurudev would say, you know, when saying, Prabhupada said you have to surrender to Vaishnava, you have to surrender, attach yourself to sadhu. Many times Gurudev would say, okay, first of all, let's establish here what and who is a pure devotee. And Prabhupada's doing the same thing. He's not just saying, okay, just the principle of attaching yourself to self-realized devotee. He's saying here, it is recommended that attachment cannot be killed. It just has to be transferred to self-realized devotee, the sadhus. Well, then who is a sadhu? The sadhu is not just some ordinary person with saffron robe or long beard. Prabhupada in this Science of Self-Realization, one man, what was his name? O'Grady? Yeah, he's asking Prabhupada, it says, you know, so many different sadhus, gurus, people are coming. So it's kind of hard to understand, like, who's real, who isn't. Right? So many people coming, I don't know. It seems this seems like a problem to know who is a self-realized soul, who's a guru, and who isn't. And Prabhupada said, that's not the problem. The problem is, how sincere and serious are you for wanting to surrender to Krishna? That's the problem. If you are sincere and serious and really want to surrender to Krishna, Krishna will make an arrangement to send you a bona fide guru. And he'll give you intelligence and faith to understand. Even Prabhupada said that Super Soul, Chaitya Guru, Krishna will dictate, tell you, you should accept this person as your guru. But if we're not really serious about surrendering to Krishna, and we're not so sincere, that means we're cheating. We cannot cheat Krishna. So then Prabhupada said, then Krishna will just send you a cheating guru. Because you're cheating, you'll get cheating guru. And they'll just not tell you anything, they'll just flatter you, just give some money, just worship me, right? Everything is alright, just chant Hare Krishna. They'll not tell anything. Here's a garland, here's a cookie, boss, chalo. Now you got all the mercy. Go live your life. That is not, that's not the Guru. Prabhupada said that's cheater. So you get what you deserve. For one who's very sincere and serious, simple-hearted, it's not very difficult. Because Krishna, Prabhupada says, Krishna will give you intelligence and faith how to do it. So Prabhupada said the problem is that there's not all these types of gurus out there and it's difficult to understand who's a guru. That's not the problem. Because one who's simple-hearted and sincerely, seriously wants to surrender to Krishna, Krishna will make an arrangement and he will give you intelligence and faith that you should accept this person. It's not by our calculation, okay, is he a pure devotee? Does he have unflinching faith in Krishna? Prabhupada said, even one who is not following all of the strict rules and regulations of devotional service, if one simply has unflinching faith in Krishna, the Supreme Person, he's to be understood to be sadhu, pure sadhu. So how do you measure whether someone has unflinching faith in Krishna? With what instruments will you measure that? You have some kind of special vision? Right? Krishna's on transcendental platform. Krishna's devotees, they're on transcendental platform. If they're with Krishna and Krishna's giving them intelligence and faith, that means transcendental platform. So if we're in Tamagun, Rajagun, under modes of nature, with all imperfect mind and senses, how we're going to measure somebody, oh, does he have unflinching faith in Krishna? Is he completely surrendered to Krishna? Is he motivated to please Krishna and serve Krishna? How are you going to measure that? By your imperfect mind, intelligence, and sense perception? Under the modes of nature, Tamagun, Rajagun? So therefore, my Gurudev many times said, you are not the seer. You are to be seen. So if somehow that soul can cry to Krishna and convince Krishna, I just want to, like Arjuna, I am a soul surrendered unto you, Krishna. I don't want to be Maya Das anymore. Now I'm soul surrendered unto you. Please tell me decisively, specifically, exactly, how can I serve you? How can I surrender to you? Then Krishna says, if you are coming like this, I'll give you intelligence and faith to understand how to do it. Which means he'll give, Prabhupada says, he'll give you intelligence and faith to understand who is a bona fide guru, who is self-realized, who is not speaking theoretically, but who has tattva vijnanam, realized knowledge. But when we're in ISKCON, 6 months, 1 year, right, what do? Oh, you need a guru. You got to pick a guru. And they say, well, who's the guru? They say, oh, these people. These are my only choices. If you want to live here, if you plan on living here, it's your only choices. So where does it say like this, that that's how you pick your guru? Well, who's the guru? Well, do you plan on living here? Well, I'm serving here, I joined here, I think so. Okay, well, you can pick this one or that one. Right? So how do you pick a guru if you don't understand what is Guru Tattva? So that intelligence and faith, that comes from Krishna. Okay, if you say, okay, material attachment, bodily attachment is the root of the problem. Okay, I agree. Now the only thing is I have to somehow become attracted and attached to Sadhu Guru, Vaishnava, self-realized soul. I don't know who are these people. I'm ready to be attached to such a personality, but I don't know who is who, what is what. I agree. But I'm not so sure about these people. I'm not trusting. Right? Ready to do. And then even sometimes we try to do. And then you get opposite result. So then you become like, I have to be more careful. Because we're being It's not that you just surrender and are submissive anywhere. We should be surrendered and submissive and attached to those persons that Krishna convinces you 100% that that's his arrangement and this is a worthy person to surrender to be submissive, to serve, and to become attracted and attached to. Not just any ordinary. Prabhupada said it's not that you just should accept a guru. Prabhupada says you should accept the guru. That's a big difference, isn't it? So who is the guru? Prabhupada said that guru who is in Krishna Parampara. And Prabhupada says it's a mystery. Parampara, disciplic succession, is a great mystery, isn't it? Because everybody's saying they're guru, everybody's saying they're parampara, disciplic succession, right? There's no shortage of people saying it like that. But why Prabhupada calls it such a mystery? Because it requires Krishna's mercy and intelligence and Sadhu Guru's mercy and intelligence to 100% convince your soul. So Prabhupada said the problem is not who's a guru. The problem is how sincere and serious are you about surrendering to Krishna. If you convince Krishna, then Krishna will make an arrangement and give you intelligence and faith who to surrender to, who to accept as your guru, and who to submissively hear from. It is recommended here, Prabhupada says, if you at all want to realize, of course this is for those people who want to understand absolute truth, right? If you at all want to realize what is Brahman or spiritual perfection, this is for those persons. If you're not interested in spiritual perfection or realizing Brahman or what is absolute truth or what is transcendental, then this instruction is meaningless to you. But if you're greedy to understand absolute truth, if you at all want to realize what is Brahman or what is spiritual perfection, then you should transfer your attachment to Sadhu Guru Vaishnava, pure devotee. If that's not your interest, then this means nothing. But if you want to hear Krishna through Guru, through Sadhu Guru Vaishnava, through Shastra, then this instruction is not only recommended, but it's essential. There's no other alternative. Prabhupada says, Krishna, if you're like Arjuna, Krishna will talk to you directly. If you're not in that category, then Krishna will only speak through his disciplic succession, to his parampara. Otherwise, you will not be able to hear Krishna. He's not manifesting any other place except through this parampara disciplic succession. Therefore, Prabhupada says you should be smart enough how to catch up this parampara disciplic succession. So we don't know who is parampara disciplic succession. Everybody's saying, but Krishna knows who he's speaking through. My Gurudev used to say like this, that Krishna knows who is his own man. We don't know who is Krishna's own man. One person asked Srila Prabhupada, after you Prabhupada, who will be next Acharya? Who will be spiritual master of ISKCON? One reporter. And Srila Prabhupada, he explained that Krishna, he will say. So interesting, isn't it? They asked Prabhupada, after you, who will be spiritual master? Who will be Acharya? And Prabhupada said, Krishna will say. Right? So if you want to pass a message to somebody, it's up to you to determine who you want to pass your message to, isn't it? So you pick, say you pick 3 people, right? And you say, okay, I want to pass a message, but I don't know if I should put it through you, or you. Then you say, this is my message. And then you ask those 3 guys, okay, tell me what my message is. And then this one says, he said, no, that wasn't my point. That wasn't my message. Okay, next. And then, what was my message I want you to send? And then he says, oh, you know, he says some other thing. No, that's not what I said. That's not what I'm sending. Then he goes to other guy and says, okay, what did I say? And he said, you want this, that. Is that correct? And you say, yes, perfectly. You perfectly understood what message I want to be sent. Then I say, okay, now you're a good peon, you're a good representative, now you just go say that message for me. You see? So it's up to you to determine who you will send to give your message, isn't it? So Krishna knows who's properly understanding him and who has faith, unflinching faith in him, and he knows. Prabhupada said, why I'm successful, why am I empowered, is because I don't concoct anything. I don't manufacture anything. I'm not twisting, giving interpretation, opinion. I'm just telling, this is what Krishna is saying, this is what Krishna is expecting from us. I never add anything, I never subtract anything. And Prabhupada said that is the very definition of someone who is fit to be a parampara, disciplic succession representative. And Krishna will empower that katha. And you'll see by the effects of hearing from that person. All of this thing, then you can understand where is Krishna manifesting. So my Guru said, Krishna, he knows who he's using. He knows who is his own man. You don't know who is his own man. So only you have to pray to Krishna, Krishna, kindly, please, give me the association of someone who is your own man. I don't know who is your own man. Everybody's saying they're your own man. Everybody's saying they're the guru, they're disciplic succession, parampara. Everybody's quoting some shastra, some philosophy, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. But I don't know. I don't know. Does this make sense, my friend? Do you like this conversation? Huh? What does he think? He likes this?
Yes.
You agree?
Sei d'accordo?
Perfecto. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Now it says, quoting from Mahaprabhu, Lava Mata Sadhu Sange Sava Siddhi Hoy. Simply by a moment's association with the sadhu, one can attain all perfection. So I look at it other way. Have we attained all perfection? Are we getting Krishna's mercy? That means we've not had a moment's association with pure sadhu. That means, means a real association. Not just like mosquito. My Gurudev said, just like mosquito is very close to the Guru. He would call mosquito. Mosquito very close to the Guru, but he biting the Guru. So not like this type of association. So real association means to hear. So if you get mercy of Krishna, mercy of Sadhu Guru, you'll be able to, my Gurudev said, the Guru will give you the right of hearing. That's his gift, Prabhupada said, that is his gift. Sanjay said, because my Guru, he purified my mind and my senses. By his mercy, I was able to directly hear Krishna on battlefield of Kurukshetra. So if you get that kind of mercy from Guru and Krishna, you will get the right, you will have earned the right to hear Krishna directly. Then you can say, what does it mean to get, association from pure Vaishnava and to understand what is what is spiritual, what is self-realization, what is perfection of spiritual life. Does anyone have any questions so far? What do you think? Is that right? Yeah.
You told the attachment and material attachment and spiritual attachment.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, one material attachment, spiritual attachment. One brings you to heaven, one liberates you, other one contaminates you, brings you to hell. What attachment do you think is better? Which one do you want?
Heavenly.
You want to go on the highway to hell. How can you be happy about that? It's kind of like you're on the highway to hell, you can't do anything about it, so it's like, you know what, let's just celebrate this moment. Right? Let's just try to just make a psychological adjustment. Right? You're on the highway to hell, but let's just make this like positive. Let's just try to be positive about it. Because anyway, we're on the highway to hell. We're in a fast-moving car. We're not driving it. The doors are locked. There's no way out. So let's just celebrate it. We're on the highway to hell. It's insanity, isn't it? Here, take another drink, take another drug, smoke another whatever, right? We're on the highway to hell. We're gonna suffer like anything. Yeah. Let's have a party. We're gonna be burning very soon, but before then, let's have a party. Right? It's like the animal is in the line to get slaughtered. And then he's thinking, how do I have sex with this animal in front of me? He doesn't even realize that just ahead you're gonna get slaughtered. Yeah? So, what
Gurudev,
attachment do you want?
I want to attach the spiritual life, but somehow I am attached also material life. Can I do both? Possible it to serve both?
No. Right? Arjuna, he wanted to do so many religious things. He's giving religious reasons not to surrender to Krishna. Right? What are our excuses for not surrendering to Krishna? At least Arjuna is giving religious excuse. That's why Prabhupada said he's skillfully avoiding. We're not skillfully avoiding. We're like cavemen. I want woman. I want to enjoy. Like a caveman. Right? Like an animal. There's nothing skillfully, there's no Shastric evidence for that. Maybe some in the book of the animals, I don't know if they have a book. So Krishna, he didn't allow even the best spiritual arguments, Shastric arguments. He waited, Krishna waited until Arjuna surrendered. When Arjuna admitted his defeat and said, okay, I cannot control my mind and my senses, I can no longer reject your instructions. Now I have to fully cooperate with you. Then he surrendered to Krishna, right? And then he said, okay, I tried everything, nothing working, so now, okay, I surrender to you, Krishna. I'm a soul surrendered unto you. Now, please decisively and specifically tell me what is my seva. How can I do it? You see? So I have to make a choice. You have independence, minute independence. Do you want to serve Krishna or you want to serve Maya? You cannot be so clever that I want both. That's nowhere as it says like this. Krishna says, you want me or you want Maya? You want to be my servant or you want to be Maya's servant? Make a choice. And then after you make that choice, then either Krishna takes you or Maya takes you. So what are you, in the Tatastha region somewhere? You're like floating in between? Sometimes Krishna, sometimes Maya, right? But it doesn't work because you don't get spiritual results and you don't get material results. Krishna says, because your intelligence is splayed out, because of your material desire, material attachment, your resolute determination to surrender and serve Krishna not manifesting. So as long as we are holding on to this material desire, material attachment, the resolute determination to surrender to Krishna, seriously, it will not manifest itself. Then we're just pretending, posing, going through the motion, acting mechanically. Yes, I'm devotee. Yes, I want to go back to Godhead. Prabhupada said hardly anybody wants to go back to Godhead, because they're all addicted to mental speculation. And mental speculation means Maya, it means mistake. So unless we surrender to Krishna and say to Krishna, please tell me decisively and specifically what am I supposed to do, then you don't need a guru. When you want to know what Krishna wants us to do, then we need a guru. Because Krishna is going to deliver that instruction through the guru. And then when you surrender to that instruction, you get immediate good result. Doesn't have to take long time. Immediately. If you're serious and you accept it, you're simple, you accept it, you try your best to surrender and follow that instruction, immediately you'll see results by the mercy of Guru and Krishna. Immediately your mind and senses will become calmed down. You'll feel some peace, some shelter, some protection, some happiness. Doesn't have to take long time. Prabhupada said you can be Krishna conscious in one moment if you would just cooperate. But we're not cooperating because of Maya and because of our listening to Maya, and we're addicted to listening to Maya. It's not a small problem. So if we attach ourselves to Sadhu Guru Vaishnava and we get purified by that association and hearing from such a guru, then the strength of our material desire, material attachment, as we read yesterday, will become less. May still be there, but not so strong, not so disturbing. Then the longer we keep doing the sadhu sangha, satsanga, hearing about Krishna, more we become purified, more we become attracted, more we become attached to that hearing process. In that association, now your spiritual desire will become stronger. The more you associate and hear in good association, you'll see that your spiritual desire will become stronger. That's a good sign. And then your desire or interest in continuing in this Maya seva will become less, and you'll get fed up with it. You'll become convinced it's a madness, must be given up. Isn't it? Because the plan's going to fail anyway. So you judge by the results. This is very simple. You know how they have this like a user manual, sometimes it's very big and confusing, and then they have this like one page, like, okay, if you're gonna take any good tips, like this is the best thing you can know, right? Simple, quick tips, right? Quick tips. So one of those that I got from my Guru Dev was, if you're in association with really Sadhu Guru Vaishnava, then if you're thinking, I want to become Krishna Das and not Maya Das, if that is really coming up in you, I'm sick of serving Maya, now I want to serve Krishna, that means you're hearing properly in good association. That's like a quick tip. If you want to just analyze, am I in the right place? Am I hearing from the right person? What's happening to me? Right? What are my desires? What are my attachments? Am I becoming more stronger? Am I desire to want to surrender to Krishna and get out of Maya? And if that's happening, that means Krishna, Sadhu, Guru, Vaishnava, those words are purifying you and convincing you and increasing your spiritual determination. If you don't hear from bona fide Guru, they'll not cut the strength of your material desire, material attachment. They'll not give you something higher, something better. Krishna said you need a higher taste to let go of lower taste. So we need a spiritual higher taste, and that's only coming by hearing from Gurudev. Then you're temporarily suspended from your usual mental, speculative, materialistic thoughts, desires, and planning commission. So the more you hear, the more you associate and hear, the more you're temporarily suspended from your normal mental, speculative, planning brigade. What do you think? What's your realization today? Yeah, give him a microphone. Let's see what's happening with my friend.
Mainly it is the mind, Maharaj, which creates too much problem.
This mind. Do you want to clean the mind? Do you want to purify your mind?
Yes,
Make it your friend?
yes,
Then you need a good medicine. Constant medicine. Because the mind rejecting. Right? You're saying intellectually, yes, yes, yes. But in heart we're saying, no, 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 no. This is the problem.
if we are attending class, as long as we are in association of devotee, it is all fine. But if association is not there, then everything will
Exactly. Exactly. So the more you design a life around doing sadhu sangha, associating and hearing with real devotees, that's the only time you can stop hearing from Maya. So the more you associate, the more greed you have to associate with nice devotees, pure devotees, then those are the moments you're not listening to Maya. We're going to surrender somewhere. We're going to hear something. We're going to be attached one way or another. It's just, where will we surrender? Who will we attach ourselves to? What will we hear? That's the only question. And if we're intelligent and wise, we'll choose spiritual alternative. And if we don't, then we are forced to maintain these material desires, material attachments, material topics, material sound vibration. And then we're just surrendering and hearing from Maya, and then Maya put a chain around your neck and just drag you, force you into sinful activities automatically. Now you have to suffer. Now you cannot cooperate because uncontrolled mind and senses. So if we want the freedom from that, we have to find a way and find the association which will inspire us and encourage us, and in some ways force us to surrender to Rishikesh, Krishna, master of mind and senses. That's only hope. Let's only tick it out. This mind, we spent a long time undisciplined. Right? So now we're trying to discipline, control mind and senses. We don't like it. Right? It's hard work. Right? It's tedious. And we're lazy. We want like an easygoing way. We want Harry Potter, tap the stick, the work is done. We don't want to do the hard work. We don't want to do tapo divyam. We don't want to be disciplined. We don't want to be corrected. We don't want to be guided. We don't want to be controlled. We want to act independently, do as we want, when we want. It's my body, it's my mind. I'll think and do what I want. This is a long-standing problem. That's why Prahlad Maharaj said, you have to do this when you're a child. We're trying to do this now? As like old man, old lady? This is not going to be easy. Let's be honest here. Let's not have some illusion, some sentimental false expectation here. We have created a mess for ourselves. And it's going to take incredible amount of mercy and hard work from the Guru and us in cooperating with him to solve this problem. The Guru's ready to put the hard work to help us, but are we ready? That's the issue. We're not so serious. We're lazy. We're foolish. We're conditioned. Even the Guru's like dragging us. We're kicking and screaming. But how long is he going to drag us? At some point we have to cooperate. We have to agree with the process. But don't think this is going to be some easy, cheap process. You're supposed to start this when you're 5 years old. Purifying, controlling mind and senses. What have we been doing for so many years? Purifying, controlling mind and senses and being disciplined and gentleman and, right? We created like a monster, right? We became like a monster. So we need, we need some serious mercy. So if we understand, wow, I don't have a small problem. I have a serious problem. And unless I get mercy from Krishna, Shiguru, Gauranga, Vaishnavas, unless they bless me and purify me and show some causeless mercy on me, this is impossible. What are we proposing here? Prabhupada said, you cannot even purify yourself. What are you going to do? Even you can't purify yourself. Oh, I'm just trying to get purified. I'm just fighting against Maya. I'm just trying to control my mind and senses. Yeah, good luck with that. Good luck with that. This is a question of surrender. It's not a question of fighting anything. If we surrender to Krishna, surrender to Guru, they will do the fighting. We're only getting disappointed and frustrated because we think we have to do it. And then we're thinking this is like it's impossible. Why even try? Because we don't have faith. We don't have, my Guru said, you are underestimating the power of the mercy of your Guru. You have no idea how much power he has in his hand. You're underestimating it. But because you're not cooperating, you don't deserve it. You have to show something. You have to do something. You have to deserve it. But if we don't cooperate, and we're doubting and critical and complaining and criticizing the Guru, finding fault, I don't know, right? I'm not interested, right? Then you don't deserve mercy. Then it's on you. So if you realize, no, all of Krishna's mercy is in the hands of my Guru. He has power of attorney. And he's just asking, how much will this person cooperate with me? How obedient will this person be? And if we pass the test, then you deserve mercy. But if we're just, lazy and stupid and complaining and blaming and, criticizing and finding fault and grumbling and complaining and doubting, right? Who's going to help you? Who will help you? Make sense? So you got to beat that mind. When you wake up in the morning, you got to take control of that crazy mind and beat the mind with a stick, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur says. You just get in line. Stop finding fault. Stop making all of your excuses. Stop blaming everybody else. Take responsibility and take the medicine. Right? The doctor, he gives you a great plan, great medicine, great prescription, and they were like, I know that will help me, but what to do? I don't want to take it. Okay, then you're not cooperating with the doctor, how are you going to get well? Okay, suffer then. Enjoy. And we're either going towards Krishna or you're going towards Maya. There's no in between. Krishna will, okay, this person trying to get to me, okay, he'll keep helping you. But if we just say, I don't want to do it, I'm not going to do it, okay, Maya, take charge. Put a chain around your neck, drag you away, man. Then all material desires, sinful desires, material attachments, all your plans for material enjoyment, immediately that will flood into your head. That's the punishment. That's the reaction. Because we're not agreeing to faithfully, loyally cooperate with Guru and Krishna's plan for us. If you spend the whole life saying, look, I belong to myself, I don't answer to anybody, right? And now all of a sudden, Krishna, Guru and Krishna say, no, you don't belong to yourself. You belong to Krishna. You belong to Guru and Krishna. They'll control you. Whoa. Now you're like old man and now you're going to allow yourself to be controlled by Guru and Krishna? That's not easy. That is not easy. It's not going to be easy. But if you humble yourself and you just take a good, constructive advice and help, then it's possible. But it's going to take a lot of mercy. Otherwise, Prabhupada said, you're just condemned by the material nature, material energy. So, if we're condemned, then you can say, highway to hell, and try to make a party out of it on your way to hell. Or you can say, okay, I got to get out of this car. Somehow or other. This is not going to end well. I remember my brother, he had problems with drugs and getting in trouble. And I saw all of this happening. I told him, I said, my brother, this is not gonna end well if you keep going like this. I tried to warn him, but he didn't want to listen to anything. instead arrogant, proud, I'm in control, then now he's gone. Died. Any other questions or points? This is not child's play. This is life and death situation. This is for Prabhupada many times said, look, be intelligent, understand what's the reality of the situation. What's happening to you? How much risk, how much danger you're in. Understand what are the stakes, man. Right? You told me the other day, what was your life before? Right? So, if you don't surrender to Krishna, you're going to go back to that very quickly. So is that really an option for you? So there's nothing to figure out here, man, you know? When it's life and death, there's nothing to figure out except how to take the help. Well, I'm just trying to figure out, you know, if this is going to be a wise move for me, and, you know, I'm just contemplating, and, right? Please. You know, you're drowning in a deep, dark well, and someone throws down a rope and says, grab a hold of the rope, I'll pull you out. And you're like, the rope's hanging there, we're like, should I grab that rope? Right, yeah, the rope's hitting us in the side of the head, right? And we're like, oh, this is in the way, it's disturbing me. I'm trying to swim down here, you know? No, grab the rope, we'll pull you out. And you're just like, what is this rope doing here? I'm trying to save you. It's like, I don't want to be, I'm not asking to be saved. Right? Sometimes even devotees say, look, I'm not asking anyone to save me. Right? I'm enjoying the highway to hell. I like that song. It has a good rhythm to it, you know? Good anthem. Yeah, we're on the highway to hell. So that's going to be our future? So what do you think? Huh? You think you have a lot of choices? Huh? In some ways that's a blessing. Because if the alternative is death, prison, or insane asylum, right? That's a blessing in disguise because there's no alternative. When you have very bad karma, in some ways it's a blessing for devotee because they know, I can't play around here. There's nothing to go back to. So it forces you to surrender to Krishna, when ordinarily we probably wouldn't surrender. So in some ways it's blessing in disguise, because there's no alternative. It's life and death. So when the stakes are that high, then maybe we'll become more smart. There's nothing to figure out. It's either you take it or not. So you just better, you know, preach to your mind. All right? Thank you. Hare Krishna. Anybody else? He's like hopeless case, huh? How does it feel to be a hopeless case? Are you comfortable with that status? Huh? Are you crying to Krishna to save you? When you're chanting, are you crying to Krishna? Do you realize how dangerous position you're in? What?
Tongue is not moving, he's not able to chant.
If what's not moving?
Tongue.
His tongue is not moving and therefore he's not able to chant? Then what are you doing here? That means you're not serious. You can't hear any good advice. Nobody can help you. Nobody can save you. Today you pack your bags and you just go, okay? That's it. All right, today he should just go. He's not serious. We all tried to help him for months and months and months and months. He doesn't want to take any help, doesn't want to chant, can't hear anything. He's just like a dead body sitting there. So I don't want this type of association around because they're not serious. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, better to have empty cow shed than to have a cow that cannot do any seva and who's kicking you at the same time. You understand? So you have cows in the cow shed, in the house, right? And the cows, they can't do they can't give milk, they cannot plow the field. So they cannot do anything, right? And at the same time, they're just kicking you in the head. So it's better to have empty cow house, right? So he can't do any nice seva, but he's just kicking everyone. He's so disturbed, he's disturbing. That means asatsanga consciousness. So today, he can just go and figure it out. We gave him, how long has he been here? At least a year, right? 1.5 years. And he's not serious. And I'm asking, are you chanting, praying to Krishna? He said, no, I cannot chant. So no seva, no chanting, miserable consciousness, disturbing. What is the point? Go get your lesson. My Gurudev used to say, okay, you're not serious? Go get heavy lashes from Maya. She'll train you up. She'll humble you out. Prabhupada said you can learn by hearing, if you're smart, or by heavy stick. So, what to do? Anybody else? Yes?
Maharaj, what happened when... Well, maybe I need more time to make the question.
Needs more time to make the question.
What's your general idea?
The idea is about Prabhupada said that when we are chanting the holy name, we should know, we don't think about anything, or we don't do anything, we just listen. So,
No, well, you see, he said you should try to hear holy name, right? But you should be like Mahaprabhu said, please engage me in your devotional service. So we want to, like baby crying for the mother, I don't want to be in Maya, I don't want to serve Maya, I want to serve you, Krishna. Hare Krishna. Please engage me in your pure devotional service. That's the point of the chanting. So chanting is one of the ninefold processes of bhakti. So we're chanting, but the mood is, Krishna, please pick me up. Please engage me in pure devotional service. This is mood.
Maharaj, So when we are chanting, sometimes like right in Bhagavad Gita, it said that we should bring it back the mind.
What is it?
Wherever the mind is wander, we should bring it back also. Always.
When we're chanting, Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita that one should bring the mind back under one's control.
Because Krishna and the Guru and the Shastra telling that you have to chant, don't be inattentive. So when you're going to some other topic, projecting into the future, lamenting about the past, meditating on your material plans, material desires, this offensive chanting. So Krishna will not manifest there. Because ultimately, we're not interested in Krishna. What we're meditating on and thinking about, that's what we think we're interested in. So Prabhupada said you should chant, but try to give up your offenses. Try to convince Krishna that you're actually looking for him. Otherwise, what is the meaning of the chanting? It will not manifest. It will not get we will not get the effect of the chanting. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says the Nama Parad, this type of chanting, all offensive chanting, Krishna not manifesting there. If Krishna manifesting, you become pure. He's not manifesting because in your heart of hearts you don't really want Krishna. You want Maya. That's what you're meditating on. Right? Krishna is only interested in pure devotional service. And Krishna says, if you want any other thing, I'll just hide myself from you. I'll not manifest there. So then it's just mechanical, external chanting, offensive chanting. No benefit will come, really. Because Krishna is the witness and he's the judge. How much is this soul, how much faith does he have in me, and how much is he really looking for me? That's what Krishna is measuring. So just sitting and chanting and spacing out and thinking about every other thing, right, that's not going to convince Krishna. That's why there's no good effect. Unless we can bring our mind and intelligence and senses to want to surrender to Krishna, he'll not purify and control your mind and senses for you. So without surrender to Krishna, without a sincere desire to surrender to Krishna, how do you think you're going to control and bring your mind here or there? You're being brought here and there. Oh, okay, I'm going to control my mind and senses. And meanwhile, the mind and senses will say, no, actually, I'm going to control you. Right? I'm just trying to control my mind and senses, right? It's like you got a chain around your neck, you're being dragged somewhere, and you're like, I'm just trying to control this guy who's dragging me somewhere, I just got to slow this guy down, You're like totally compromised, You get a chain around your neck, he's dragging you wherever he wants, and you're like, if I could just control this guy.
Get out of these chains.
Yeah, when I get out of this chain, I'm going to tell this guy a thing or two, It's like a meaningless, isn't it? So we should be thinking, Krishna, let me just surrender to you. Please help me to bring this stupid mind and senses and just surrender to you instead of Maya. If you can convince Krishna, that's the test, then Krishna will help you. Then he'll purify your mind and your senses. But if it's not that you want to surrender to Krishna and you're just trying to control your mind and senses, it'll never work. Because you're trying to control, Krishna says it's Mama Maya. Mind and senses is Krishna's Maya. I'm just trying to control Krishna's spiritual energy. Right? Krishna said your mind, your intelligence, your senses, it's all my external energy. Earth, water, fire, air, ether. Mind, intelligence, false ego. Krishna says those are all of my separated energy. No, my body, my mind, my senses. No, Krishna says it's my body, my mind, and my senses. Oh, and by the way, your soul also belongs to me. So now what are you thinking? What are you going to do? What's your plan? What do you think you're controlling? It's a madness. Krishna says those who are bewildered by their false ego, they think they're doing everything. I'm thinking like this, I'm controlling mind, senses, this is my plan. We're thinking we're doing everything. Right? Maya's giving you the thoughts, she's creating the desire, she's giving you the intelligence, and she's providing the sinful field of opportunity in the family of Maya. And in our madness, we're thinking we're doing everything. It's all going on by my arrangement. I had one person who was with me, he was telling he used to do meditation and he'd sit there, Om. And he said he used to make the sun rise in the morning. He was so powerful guy. So when the sun is coming up and he's looking at the sun and he's doing Om, he's thinking in his head that he's making the sun go up. Can you believe this, the insanity of this? It's going anyway, and you're taking full power, full credit. Just amazing how I'm making this sun go up like that, And I'm like, wow, you're so powerful person. Can you stop it? Just for a minute? Just pause it, Let me see, if you can pause it, right, then I'll believe it, Just pause it. I'm not even asking you for it to go back down.
Yes.
Just pause it, like for a couple minutes. Madness. But he really believed that, Maya making him think, right? And I'm saying, where'd you buy your drugs, man, You got a bad batch or something, Somebody sold you some bad stuff, You're thinking you're controlling the sun? Or I don't know, maybe some good stuff. You believe that one. It's all going on, Krishna says, your body is my energy, and I'm the controller of my energy. But we're saying, no, this is my body, and I'm using it as I want. I'm doing it. No. Krishna allowing you to do. If Krishna wants to give you a stroke, you won't be able to raise your hand. So whether spiritual or material, that intelligence is coming from the super soul. Whether it's spiritual or material. Right? You do some criminal activity, you have some big plan, right? You get all your gangster friends with you, right? Where's all that intelligence coming from? It's coming from Krishna. Because your desire is you want to do this mischief, you want to do this intrigue. Okay, yeah. So what do we think we're doing? Where's the intelligence coming from? Where's the strength coming from? Where is this field of activities coming from? Who created them? Maya, Krishna. Right? So what do we think we're doing? No, I'm thinking like this. No, Maya's thinking like that. This is my plan. No, that's Maya's plan. I'm going to do like this and this and this and this. No, Maya's going to do like that. But one who's in the false ego platform, they don't understand any of that. They think they're doing everything. Krishna says, actually, I'm doing it. But they think they're doing it out of foolishness, madness. So there's no fighting Maya. Maya is Krishna's servant. She's testing us on behalf of Krishna. Are we there to serve Krishna or to disturb Krishna? Krishna is testing us, just using Maya. Okay, here's a test. Let's see how he does. Does he want me or does he want Maya? Okay, he's not serious yet? Okay, give him some punishment. He's not cooperating. Right, then heavy lashes. My Gurudev used to say, you're not listening, that means only you need heavy lashes. You need chakra. You need a big chakra to chase you. That'll convince you. Right? Durvasa Muni, Prabhupada said when that chakra was chasing him everywhere, burning him big time on the backside, he was flying around the universe looking for some relief somewhere. Nobody could help him. Then Prabhupada said as he was moving around and nobody was helping him, and the fire's getting worse, then he started to become very intelligent. He started to say, whoa, this is my situation, this is not looking good. And also he became humble. He got a real humility and he got his intelligence back. This is not looking good. I better do something about it before it becomes serious problem. Unsolvable problem. Incorrigible problem. That's the only fear of the devotee, is that if Guru and Krishna say, you're incorrigible, it's not possible to change you. That should be the only fear of devotee, or who wants to be devotee. That you're just not cooperating, you're just not obedient, you just can't develop any faith, cannot be changed, nobody can change you, nobody can tell you anything. You can't humble yourself, you won't beg for mercy, you won't follow any other instruction. Then okay, figure it out. Go get your heavy lashes. And the devotees ask me a question, well, I'm obsessed and I'm haunted by material desires and material plans and material attachments, right? But please tell me, what is my instruction? I want to do like this, that. I said, look, as long as that's your mentality and you have no faith in Guru and Krishna and you'll not listen to any good advice, it doesn't matter what you think you're going to do. The whole thing will absolutely guaranteed fail. Just a matter of time. With Krishna, Guru Krishna's mercy, impossible can become possible. Without their mercy and blessing, that which you think is possible will become impossible. What you think you can do without mercy, grace of Guru, Krishna, will be impossible. And with mercy, merciful strength, merciful intelligence, then the impossible can become possible. So what do you want? You want to learn by hearing, or do you want to learn by heavy stick? Isn't that easier? So, why you're not listening to Guru Krishna? Why you're contemplating Maya's plan? Huh? You're habituated? So you need to hear some better information. You need some better advice, right? If Guru and Krishna are not preaching to you, giving you better advice, then all you'll do is listen to Maya. If we're not hearing from Krishna, we're hearing from Maya. So if we don't want to hear from Guru and Krishna, what is their plan, then you're just going to Maya and say, Maya, what is your plan for me? How can I serve you, Maya? So my Guru said, you want to be Maya Das or you want to be Krishna Das? Simple. Make a choice. It's not very difficult. It's not difficult at all to understand it. But to do it is another story because of the stupid mind. So if we can't control the mind, we admit our defeat. This mind is wicked. This mind senses completely I'm powerless. Then you say, Guru and Krishna, you please help me. You please control my mind and senses. Then the Guru puts you under discipline. I remember one devotee, he was attracted by one lady. Maya was catching him. And then my Gurudev said, okay, for your own protection, you cannot leave the temple property. You have to stay inside of the temple. As soon as you walk outside of the temple, Maya will catch you. So if you agree, then Guru and Krishna will protect you and purify you. That's up to you whether you want to agree. And then he said, if you want to go outside, you come and get permission and blessings. And then still you'll be protected. Now to materialistic person, you say, oh, this is crazy. This is like some kind of cult or some, just like a control. You're just controlling. Look, they're out of control. Maya wants to cut their throat. You're trying to protect that person and purify that person and strengthen that person so that he can function in a healthy way, in a safe, productive way. Isn't it? Just like mother, father, they have some yard is there, right? They put up some fence and they say, okay, you can just play in this yard here. Right? Because they're trying to protect the child. But if we're just climbing over the fence, you like this kind of child climbing over the fence? I gotta get out of here. Digging a hole, trying to go underneath the fence. Paying some guys walking by, hey, open this gate for me, I'll give you some money, Want to escape it. So the Guru is just trying to help us, protect us, until we can move in a more reasonable way, in a more safe way. Because Maya, too strong, too powerful. Too powerful. So there's no fighting Maya. It's only surrender. So Maya getting strong, that's your test, that's our test. That means now, okay, you have to surrender. You have to convince Krishna until Maya leaves you alone. That's the test. So if you really want to overcome Maya, you have to convince Krishna to protect you and to purify you from Maya. That's the test. Maya is Krishna's servant. And she's testing, Krishna testing us using Maya. And Krishna's watching. He's a witness. And he giving reaction, punishment, anxiety, disturbance, no peace, no happiness, all kinds of punishment coming now. Now what are you going to do with that? Are you going to realize it and just surrender to Krishna? Surrender to Holy Name? Or are you going to just keep going like that? Then, who will save you from Maya? Maya will cover your intelligence, one Shakti cover your intelligence, and other one drag you away. Covering potency, dragging potency, Maya. So without the surrender to Krishna means surrender to Guru. Right, Prabhupada was saying in this purport, right? How did you say? Attachment to a pure devotee is attachment to the service of the Lord. So if we are attached and accepting, understanding, accepting the instructions of our spiritual master, taking it seriously, that means that you're attached to the service of the Lord. If we'll not accept the instructions seriously, there is no, we're disconnected from Krishna. The Guru is connecting us to Krishna through the instructions. If we won't faithfully, loyally, seriously accept the instructions, we are disconnected from Krishna, and now you're connected by Maya. So if you want out of that connection to Maya and being covered and dragged, it requires genuine surrender to Krishna, means surrender to the instructions of the Guru. Then you get shelter, protection from Maya, from uncontrolled mind and senses. So if you like uncontrolled mind and senses and you have faith that's going to help you in a nice way, keep going. If you realize, oh my God, this is not going to end well, that means surrender to Krishna, surrender to Guru instruction, only chance, only shelter. And if we won't take that, then who will save us? Nobody. Anybody else? Last thing? Yeah?
Maharaj, about the point of chanting.
Chanting, yeah.
Yes, can we really focus more our mind if we give up our offenses?
Can you what?
If we focus our mind more, can we give up our offenses?
No. Yes. Can we focus more our mind if we give up our offenses?
If we give up our offenses, can we focus our mind more?
If you please Guru and Krishna, they will purify and control your mind and senses. If you somehow try to please the Guru. Humble state of mind, very inquisitive, begging for mercy, trying your best to understand, follow the instruction. Then Guru and Krishna will purify, control your mind and senses for you. Then you can hear nicely, good instruction from Krishna and Guru, Sadhu, Shastra, Guru, Sadhu, Shastra. Then you'll be in nice consciousness, your mind will be purified, controlled, then you can chant properly.
We don't have a guru yet, so
If you don't have a guru yet,
Then you don't have Krishna. If you don't have a guru, that means you don't have Krishna. So if you don't have guru, because Krishna, if you want to surrender to Krishna, then Krishna sends you a bona fide guru. So if you're not sincere and serious to surrender to Krishna, then he'll not send you a bona fide guru. Then what is the meaning of chanting Hare Krishna? So if you don't get Krishna's mercy and Guru's mercy, there's no Krishna. Yeah? Does that make sense? Yogi, does that make sense?
Maharaj, Hare Krishna.
Haripol.
I would like to know, but for someone that is following Prabhupada instruction, I mean, chanting his sounds and following the...
Without mercy of Krishna and the Guru, no one can properly understand or properly follow.
Yes, of course. I mean, I know that in Prabhupada instruction, there's the instruction that we have to find a guru. Okay. But for someone that, as he said, is not still there at that point. He's not at the point to have a guru, but he's trying to anyway follow the Prabhupada's instruction, because Prabhupada...
If you don't follow Guru and Krishna...
No. There's
listen.
Yes.
If you cannot hear Krishna inside or outside, then if you're not hearing Krishna inside and outside, all you're hearing is Maya.
Yes.
So if Krishna does not reveal himself internally, Chetu Guru, Paramatma, and externally through the Guru, who's speaking the Shastra, if you cannot hear that, and you don't get mercy from Krishna, Guru, and Shastra, all you're hearing is Maya.
But even if I see good results in my life,
If what?
but if I see good results in my life,
if I see that that material attachment are going away, I mean,
Prabhupada said, two mercies are required
yes,
for this process to work. Mercy of Krishna and mercy of bona fide Guru.
yes,
That's what Prabhupada says.
yes. But I accept these.
Yeah, but you're saying that if you don't have a Guru and you don't accept the Guru, but you're just following.
No. I accept the Guru.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not still initiated. But for example,
Not what?
initiated.
Not initiated.
I'm not still initiated.
Initiation is external thing.
Exactly. This is the point I'm trying to do. I mean that Prabhupada said real initiation is determination that you put in the process, to follow in the process.
The process begins with surrender to Krishna, desire to surrender to Krishna,
Yes.
then one gets bona fide Guru. Right? Then if you get mercy of Krishna, you get bona fide guru. If you get bona fide guru, he'll qualify you and purify you and teach you and inspire you how to properly understand and execute devotional service.
Okay.
See, the problem right now is you're not trying to understand what I'm saying. You're trying to be heard.
No.
You're not.
I'm
No,
hearing.
no, you're not. You're not submissively trying to hear what I'm saying because you're trying to make your point. So first, try to hear what I'm saying. Try to understand what I'm saying.
No, but I understood, Maharaj. What are you saying?
If I thought you were understanding properly, then I'll tell you. I see you're not actually understanding what I'm saying properly. And I'm trying to explain it because it's very subtle, but you think you already know, and you're trying to then argue whatever else is your understanding. So if you listen very closely what I'm saying, it would actually answer, what are you bringing? You can't talk and hear at the same time. So I'm trying to explain it, and you're trying to explain it. How's that going to work? Right? I had problem when I was in Turkey. This person said, but I have a question. I have a question. I said, okay, I'll answer your question. But you first answer my question. If you answer my question, then I'll answer your question. Right? And finally, she said, okay, what's your question? Then I asked the question, was such a question that it actually answered her question, her doubt. By her own answer, it clarified and gave her the actual answer to her question. It's a very subtle point. Okay, I'm talking about accepting the Guru, right? As first installment of Krishna's mercy. Right? For someone who sincerely wants to surrender and serve Krishna. Then you're bringing the point about initiation, external initiation. Then I'm saying, I'm not talking about external initiation. I'm talking about that Krishna gives you intelligence and faith internally. That's actual initiation. That's actually the intelligence and faith that Krishna is giving you. That means you're accepting and understanding Krishna's arrangement. That's initiation. Throwing the banana in the fire and swaha, swaha, that's an external thing. Right? So, then what?
Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna. See, the thing is, Krishna knows, he knows what is your question. He knows what is your, what you're trying to understand, right? If you just pray to Krishna, the Guru will speak exactly what you need to hear. But if you're just trying to make yourself clear,
Now I realize that I was...
yeah. So I was just trying to slow you down, right? I just tried to slow you down a little bit because if you would just hear, then it would solve everything. It would answer everything, right? So I'm not trying to compete with you on some false ego platform.
Yes.
I'm trying to just actually answer your question. when I was in Latvia, I was preaching. This boy, he was asking so many questions, right? And in some ways, that's good, because at least he's awake, and his brain is working, and he's inquisitive. That's like all right, but he had so many questions, like a machine gun. And I was like, okay, all right. And I'm trying to answer his question, and he not letting me answer the question because he's asking another question. And I was like, okay, let's deal with this thing like one step at a time. Let me answer your question, and then I'll answer 100 of your questions, no problem. But if you're just asking questions and then you never heard the answer, then we're wasting our time. So many times my Gurudev, when he's talking, he's saying, let's first define what this word means. Right? Let's first clarify, what do these words mean? Because if you're thinking on, say, a parvichar or a parrot level, and someone's arguing from an absolute, tattva vichar level, you're basically arguing apples and oranges. So let's first get on the same platform. Let's define the terms of what we're discussing here. So that subtle explanation, even in definition of words, is very critical to understand the subtlety of that philosophical truth. It's understood we're going to have many questions, we're going to have doubts, we're going to have like, I'm trying to reconcile, first you said like this, right? You see Arjuna, he's saying, Krishna, first you said like this, then you're saying like this, so my intelligence is like a little bit kind of confused. Like, what are you saying? And then Krishna said, no, when I said like this, it means this. Now, if you understand it properly, now you can reconcile it. Now it makes sense. So the Guru is trying to clear our, misunderstanding, or he's trying to make clear what argument or terms are we going to argue on. So if you say, okay, we're all devotees, then my Gurudev says, okay, let's first define what is devotee. Right, so Prabhupada said, well, all of my devotees are pure devotees. Okay, why is Prabhupada saying like that? What does it mean to be a pure devotee? What is really devotee? Right, so are we arguing on an absolute platform of what is devotee means Vaishnava means Shuddha Sattva? Or are we saying, okay, we're devotees because we're devoted to the process of how to become a real devotee? We have enough faith that the process will qualify us to come to that platform. And by the mercy of Guru and Krishna, we can come to that platform. Yeah? Is that a little better?
Oh, yes. Perfect.
Yeah. But see, his point, it was like little different, that I don't have Guru, but I'm trying to control my mind and to focus on Krishna holy name. And I'm trying to say that without mercy of Krishna and the Guru, without them purifying and controlling your mind and your senses, you won't be able to control your mind and senses alone, by yourself. Now, if the soul is crying and chanting Hare Krishna, and somehow Krishna says, this soul really wants me, is really crying to me, then Prabhupada said, Krishna will send you a bona fide Guru. So nobody said, don't chant, don't cry to Krishna with no Guru. is it sincere and serious enough? And Krishna's the witness, Krishna's the judge. And if Krishna, who's in the heart, he says, this soul is really seeking me, is really searching for me, now I have to help him. So how Krishna will help you is he'll send you a bona fide guru. Right? Prabhupada said in this purport, right, that if one associates and hears from a sadhu, the result will be is that sadhu guru will teach him how to become a devotee. So by the mercy of Krishna, one gets a bona fide guru. By the mercy of bona fide guru, he will qualify us, purify us, and teach us, and give us faith and proper understanding of how to actually become a real devotee of Krishna. And these are the gifts of the sadhu. I'm qualified and to become real Krishna Das, devotee of Krishna, that is a gift. That is a gift that is given by the Guru. So if we act in such a way to deserve that gift, then automatically by that gift, by that mercy of Sadhu Guru Vaishnava, you will become a pure devotee. But us trying to become pure devotee on our own, by chanting and sadhana and trying to control mind and senses, it's impossible. We are completely depending on kripa, mercy. And that mercy means, Prabhupada said, two mercy, Krishna and Guru. Two mercies are required. So if the soul cries for help, Krishna will give you help and send you personality who will give you shelter and protection and qualify you how to become real devotee of Krishna. Because it's very, very subtle topic. Prabhupada said hardly, most people, all they know is their body. A few people, maybe they know their mind. Right? But the soul is even more subtle than that. What to speak of the super soul, Paramatma, Chaitaguru. So without the mercy of Krishna and Krishna's pure devotee, nobody can understand the subtlety of that topic. It's just basically submissive oral reception from somebody who knows. Everything will be explained to you automatically. If you have enough faith and you're surrendered and you're doing submissive oral reception, by their mercy you'll understand everything. Prabhupada said no argument is required. Be patient, have a cool head, just pray to Krishna internally and try to do submissive oral reception, and Krishna will explain everything to you. Even after everything Krishna said to Arjuna, he said, have you heard me with a tentative mind? But if out of passion our mind is too active, it's too disturbed, it's not hearing nicely, right? You won't understand it properly. I have one of my sisters, she's always talking and making her point, and she's never listening nicely. And my father says, she's not a listener. She doesn't know how to listen. So if we don't know how to listen, we'll not understand properly and will not know what to say. So Prabhupada said, one who's very nice speaker, it just simply means he listened very nicely. So if you listen very nicely, you can speak very nicely. The whole thing is based on submissive aura reception. So be patient, don't get frustrated. Everything can be solved, everything can be answered, but it's a very subtle topic. And so let Guru Krishna explain it in a way that you can understand it, right? Be patient. Everything can be understood. Krishna knows what is your question. He knows what is your doubt. He knows what is you're trying to understand. So let Krishna answer it. Let Guru answer it. All right? So you want to control mind and senses, but without surrender to Krishna, there's no way to... How are you going to control Maya? Mind and senses is Maya. Mental speculation, Maya. Material thoughts, material desires, material plans, material attachments, it's Maya. So Prabhupada said, you cannot purify yourself, you cannot control your mind and your senses. Only thing is you have to realize that, still have a desire how to do it, but then realize only surrender to Krishna and bona fide Guru will it be possible. In that verse, Daivihi Yesha Gunamayi Mama Maya Dharatyaja Mamakam Sharanam Braja, what is it? So Krishna says, if you surrender to me, I'll release you from Maya. Right? In the purport, Prabhupada says, only Krishna or Krishna's representative bona fide spiritual master can release you from Maya. Interesting. So if the Guru says, Krishna, please, this person's trying to surrender, he's trying to cooperate, trying to be faithful and loyal and obedient, so please, Krishna, help them, free them, purify them. Right? The Guru is not the controller of Krishna's energy, the Guru is the controller of Krishna. Krishna says, only Supreme Controller, he says, although he's Supreme Controller, I am controlled by my devotees, by the love of my devotees. I agree to be controlled by the love of my devotees. So my Gurudev used to say, if that devotee is very dear to Krishna, whatever that pure devotee wants, Krishna will never say no. So if you get pure devotee to pray to Krishna on your behalf, Krishna will never say no. That's the secret of success in spiritual life. Otherwise you have to do it mechanically. By your intelligence, your strength, Ashtanga yoga, this, that, it's impossible. But if you get Premi Bhakta, pure devotee, dear devotee of Krishna, and you get him to pray for you, then Krishna will not say no. My Gurudev one time he said, you go to Gopalju, and you pray to Gopal. And whatever you pray for, although he's very small deity, he'll immediately bestow it on you. I was like, I couldn't get in the temple fast enough. Can you imagine? Whatever you pray to go, whatever you want, whatever you pray for, he will immediately give it to you. That's what my Gurudev told me. So I went, I saw Gopal, I said, Gopal, I am new devotee, I'm small devotee, but you know Gurudev very, very well, and he told me to come here, please excuse me, but I cannot pass up such an unbelievable offer, so I have few requests, please don't mind. Right? I just followed it. I made my prayers. And that's secret of success. You have pure devotee praying for you like that, and whatever he asked Krishna, he said, Krishna, please just immediately give to him? What else are you going to try to do on your own? By your own sadhana? You're chanting Namaparad, trying to control your mind and senses? So that's why Prabhupada says, somehow or other, try to please your spiritual master so that he will give you this gift. Somehow try to please him and deserve it. He wants to give, but he wants us to earn it. He wants us to take it. In Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he gives a nice example. If the father has 5 sons, and he has to give some inheritance to the sons. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, the father, he says, out of my 5 sons, who really deserves it? So you qualify yourself, and Bhaktivinoda Thakur says that the father, he's much more pleased to give the inheritance to the son who deserves it. So we should act like that. Let me act in such a way to deserve it, to try to deserve it. Somehow let me try to please my guru, somehow or other. And if you do that, and he prays for you, then your life will be successful. Then you get everything. That's the secret of success in spiritual life. Otherwise, you have to try to do on your own. Prabhupada said you can't even purify yourself. And then you're going to ask Maya through your intelligence, mind and senses, what is what to do, where to do, how to do. Maya's going to give you perfect, absolute, transcendental intelligence and instructions. It's a madness, a foolishness way. Okay? Thank you everyone for your patience. I appreciate it. Hare Krishna. Kantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Srila Gaur Govinda Swami, Srila Gurudeva ki, Samaveda Bhakta Pinda ki, Gaur Premananda. Thank you everyone. Appreciate it. I will.
It's English. So you got that list that'll give you all of the services that I have for you. And did you get the picture? Yeah.
Angels, we're gonna need the angels now. Alright? Be nice. Be nice to Rhoda. Alright? Simple. Hare Krishna. Please. Peter, you still love me?
Oh,
I hope so.
more than before.
I hope so.
Of course, Maharaj. Thank you so much.
Thank you for tolerating.